Peace, blessings, salutations. Yarima Karama here again. Real life, real talk. These are the days of our lives. So, wanted to do this segment. I've called for a boycott, for us not to spend our money, in white retail outlets. I've even called for us to even take our money out of white owned financial establishments and put them in black owned financial establishments, whether those black owned establishments be banks, preferably credit unions, if those who are concerned about the FDIC still being an overseer of black banks. But even more importantly, even if you put that money in your mattress, is basically just extracting our wealth out of white financial owned institutions, extracting our wealth from retail outlets. Some of those outlets being are some of the same outlets that got their wealth from the blood, sweat, tears, and death of our ancestors. So, I've been on the kick about spending with black-owned businesses, especially reputable black-owned businesses, and, for needs and wants. And if you just have to spend at a white-owned establishment, it needs to be just a need, not a want. And so, in the process of that, I was telling my story about how I haven't spent money like for 2 years on clothes and stuff. And this brother that I'm interviewing today reached out to me and was like, yo, I've been following your movement, would love to send you some stuff. And the brother did. And like the other night, like Friday night, I was able to perform in his apparel. It just phenomenal material. Look at that. You see the hat that I'm sporting today. And the shirt is just like, so I'm just like, I got to give this brother, it's imperative that the viewing audience knows this brother, knows his story, his struggle, what he's doing. So I introduce to you, brother Ivory Carter of the company Compass. Ivory, tell us about your journey, what you do, where you're located, and your daily thing. What got you into making clothes, brother?
All right. So prior to this, prior to starting the company, I was in the Army for 6 years, then got out. After that, I was like, in between things, and then I decided this is what I want to do because I enjoy it. I enjoy clothing, I guess you could say. I enjoy that. Plus, I wanted to be in control of what I was doing. And so that's how I pretty much got started. I mean, that sums it up kind of. There's probably more to it, but it's hard for me to put it all into words right now. And I'm in California. I'm in Fresno, California. It's hot today. You can see. Sunny. So I think it's going to be like 106.
Wow.
So I'm here. Yeah. So I'm here, but that's pretty much how I got started. I've been doing this now for probably, I guess you could say technically I've been doing this since 2012, but I just barely started applying pressure probably over like the past 10 months, like really putting everything in, because prior to that I was still in the military.
Okay.
And
so
a series of events led to me getting out of the military, injuries and things like that.
Okay. So what does a normal day look like for you, as far as, because you don't have any employees or anything, so you do everything yourself, correct?
Yes. So I do all the paperwork, I do all the printing, I do all the purchasing, I do all the accounts, all orders, I drop off, I pick up, I do everything. So a day is just, it's just busy pretty much. It's a lot, but I enjoy it though.
Okay.
And I don't mind it at all.
Okay, so you sent me like a bunch of gear, a bunch of apparel, man, and I'm just so appreciative. You specially did this one. This is the one I sported Friday night to my event, and that's kind of the one you're wearing, the white one, but you did this one, and I was like, yeah. So. And I've been, if people who have been on my Facebook live feed, also if you've been on my YouTube channel earlier, I posted and showed all the material that this brother, all the apparel that this brother sent me. And just, there's a thing, it's like, this is like top of the line stuff. And so this isn't just some put together, he stitched something on a t-shirt and sent it out. This is really top of the line. So how do you get, Ivory, how do you get your ideas for, first of all, how did you come up with Compass? Because I was like driving around, and when I would pop up out of the car, go into an establishment, people were like, especially when I was wearing this one, people were like, yo, bro, where'd you get that hat? What, first of all, what symbol is that? And I'm like, it's a compass. And they were like, oh, shoot, dope. And at the time I was wearing the Compass shirt as well. And they were just like, yo, where can I get that? And so I realized I had to start driving around with your card, letting people know who you were and where they could get your stuff. But where did the name Compass come from?
Well, okay, so originally when I started the brand, it was supposed to be like I was doing it based off like a theme, right? So the theme was supposed to be like traveling. You see what I'm saying? So like I was like, all right, cool. And I kind of narrowed that down. And I was like, okay, so what do you need to travel? And like I went through all kinds of things. Like I had all kinds of symbols at first. Like I'm talking about when I was putting it on paper, like a paper. Like when I was putting it on paper, I was like, okay, a car, an airplane, this, that, and I was like, okay. It's all kind of lame. And that's how I ended up coming up with the compass. You know what I mean? Now the symbol that you have there, that's actually it's a compass, it's a sundial, and I chose that because I had all type of regular like compasses drawn out and things like that, and I was coming up with all kinds of creative things, and I was like, you know what? I want to use something that's like really different, and that when people see it, I would want them to ask questions like what you're saying, where they'd be like, hey, what is that? So that's why I came up with that sundial image,
Nice. And what I like about it is the symbol itself is that there's a lot of science behind it, because when you talk about compass and traveling, before we got to all the new technology and even maps, where we could go to a map and look, in ancient times, they used a compass. And so, when I look at the science of the compass itself, I'm just like, this is really, on the low, it's brilliant. It really is, because it kind of takes you back and puts you in a time where people really had to think and really know the dynamics of the earth and how to navigate and move around. So I'm impressed with that. So you talked about you've been doing it like going hard at it like 10 months. So what's your
10 months.
About
like 10 months.
About 10 months. So how far is your reach? I mean, are you sending stuff all over the U.S.? Are you just local? Are you trying to branch out? You make it universal? What's your goal besides?
Well, the goal is to be, as big as possible, and just to expand, to grow. That's the goal.
Okay.
Right now, I got a lot of local support, and certain pockets of the country. I notice I get a lot of orders from, like, I'd say places like Chicago. I see high concentration of orders there. Okay. In Florida, the state of Florida,
wow,
does pretty well, and in California, all the way from LA up, I do pretty well. But most of my orders, probably like 80-something% are right here in the valley, from Fresno to Bakersfield up to I'd say about Merced, California.
Okay,
that's
nice.
where most of it.
Nice. And we're kind of breaking up here, so just want the viewers to be aware of that. We're locate because of the location, but we're still able to see you. So put your links out there, your plugs, where people can find you if they want to order, that sort of thing. Let's get that up for you, so that people know how to contact you.
Okay. So if you want to, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter, because I don't have a Facebook right now for the company. I did, but I forgot. I can't get into it, so I'm locked out of it right now.
Okay.
So that one's it's offline. But Twitter and Instagram are up, and that's at Compass MFGCO. You can find me there. My email is compassmfgco@gmail.com, and the website is www.compassmfgco.com. It's down right now, though. It'll be up shortly. having some technical difficulties with them right now. There's an issue with them, so I sent them an email. They should be getting back to me soon. Let me know what's going on. So we'll work that out, I'm sure.
Okay, and real quick, I don't want to pry too much, but what does that MFGCO stand for?
Oh, the MFG's manufacturing company.
Oh, okay. Great. Okay, cool. So yeah, so this is that's how you can connect with this brother, Ivory Carter, CEO, president of Compass. He's putting out quality products, quality apparel. Please touch bases with him. I know that the other day a brother, or I won't say it's a brother because I don't know. So let me take that back. But I know somebody did hit you on my Facebook feed. Were like, yo, when is you coming out with women's apparel? And you responded back. You said that'll be out soon, correct?
Yeah, like next month. As a matter of fact, it's funny that they said that because that's what I've been working on. Well, like the graphics of it. And I just went through like the picking out the fabrics last week for the women. Because I go and like I actually go to like the I guess you would call it like the fabric floor or whatever, and I go in there and I check them all out. So I went through it and like picked out the women fabrics that I want to use that I think that they would like, and then so now all I got to do is just pick those up, place the order, put them up, and just go through the process of getting everything done. That's it. So I'll have them ready by August. Stuff for females.
Okay, and when that touches base, I do want to do a re-interview with you when that comes out. Also, but just wanted to reiterate, love what you're doing. We got to support black business, support this brother out in Fresno, California, doing his thing. Top line apparel. I'm wearing it, and I'm going to continue to wear it. Because I love the fabric. I love his work. It feels great on my skin. And so I would put this on the level of anything that you would get at a Target, a Walmart, at a Macy's or a Saks Fifth. This brother's his material probably should be in those places. So, but let's support this brother. Let's do our due diligence and reach out for your clothing needs. Because remember, when we talk about needs, we're really talking about food, clothing, and shelter, which are really needs. And so, but clothing can also be a want too. So you can kind of, play around with that. If you have enough clothes, but you see something you like, I would check out this brother's brand. So with that said, Yurima Karama, this will be posted. You got his info. Reach out to this brother, man. Let's support black-owned business. Let's support Ivory Carter. Let's support Compass. With that said, my name is Yurima Karama. Peace, blessings, salutations. One, we're out.